Hello and welcome back, ladies. I am here to do a part two to introduce y'all to my glorious decks and tools that will be assisting me during my readings. Today, it's going to be all about the oracle decks that I like to use. For those of y'all who do not know, an oracle is a person, a place, or a thing that people go to seek divine wisdom, guidance, and knowledge. So I could say you could say that maybe like Buddha was a good example of an oracle himself. But oracle messages are like tarot messages, except a bit more in depth and a bit more absolute, I want to say, because tarot, depending on the situation, each situation can be a bit different for each reading. Like two people can get the same card and they can mean different things in that context. And plus, a lot of the time it's largely up for interpretation. But with oracle decks, it's a little more absolute. It's more of a clear and concise message, if you will. So hopping right into it, I have this first one that I really like to use. I'm still new to it, but I love the concept of it. This is a deck called the Spirit Allies. First of all, look at the design. That is incredible. And basically, this is a deck consisting of different types of goddesses throughout history. Goddesses, different crystals, different herbs, different animals, whether real or mystical. I kind of believe dragons are real, just saying. But you know. And also zodiac signs. And this deck is called Spirit Allies because there is knowledge, there is nourishment, and there are allies in all of those things. All of those things kind of have naturally recurring themes. They have if you're having a certain problem or if you're having something that you seek and you pull a card from this deck, the guidebook is very helpful and very useful and very detailed, and it really just helps you to see the significance of what you pulled. I really like that. I think that's very unique. And going right along, we have the Moonology deck, Moonology Oracle. This consists of different phases of the moon, as well as what sign they are currently in and what significance that they hold. I think this is a good deck to use in concordance to whatever phase the moon is in, whatever you're looking to seek. Like if you're trying to do a new moon reading and set intentions, for you to it's a good deck for you to hop into. If you want to see those how those intentions are coming to light, it's good to do a reading to the full moon and etc, etc. But also, like, this is good to use at any time because the moon is, whether new, full, in between, it's always in a phase, and there's always significance in where the moon is, where it shows up, what sign it's in, and what phase it's in. Next up, we have the Work Your Light Oracle. Shout out to all of my fellow light workers that are in this collective. I really love this deck and I am a fan of the author. I have another deck by her, by the way, and I'm buying another one. Rebecca Campbell, and the artwork is done by Diane Noel. And this is an oracle letting you know different ways you can work your light, show your light, step into your light. In what ways are you holding yourself back? Like this card says mirror, who or what is triggering you. And in all honesty, when you're looking to work your light, it's good to look at things and people and situations and energies that trigger you because they can often hinder your light. And as exotical beautiful women who have a light within us anyway, we can't have it. But also, I'm just like really like swept. Oops, I am really swept away by the artwork. Like, look at that. And y'all already know I'm a fan of soft pinks, purples, and blues and greens, so this deck is just mad captivating. I like how there's question cards, there's inquiry cards, there's action cards, and there's just cards just asking you to think about certain things, think about certain circumstances, think about what you're putting out into the world. Everything that we do, everything that we say, and everything that we take in is powerful enough to determine like whether our light is blocked, whether our light is showing, whether we're cut off in some ways. And I think that is a good deck to really just have you be mindful of all that you're going through, all that you're putting your energy into, and just honestly, just being honest with yourself, you know? Looking forward to working with that with the all ladies. And next up, which is one of my favorites, we have the Archetype deck. Now, this deck is really good for when it's literally called the Archetype deck. So it's good for when you want to find out your influence on a situation or as a person, or what energy that you're dealing with, or I'm sorry, what energy you could be potentially dealing with. I like how as soon as I turn the deck, on the other side, the first card that comes out is the Alchemist. And you'll notice the vibrant artwork. And also, it talks about the light attributes of being an alchemist. And also, in the reversal, the shadow attributes of being an alchemist. And I feel like, I mean, yeah, sometimes when you pull this card, one will resonate or the other one will. But I feel like a lot of the time they go hand in hand. You can't really, there's a yin and a yang to everything, so you can't really rule out either one because both energies are have to be present and are somewhat present. So, and they're super laminated too. Also, another thing that I like about this deck that I haven't unfortunately gotten around to is that you can come up with your own archetypes. Like it gives you 6 different cards, and you can come up with your own archetypes and their light attributes and their shadow attributes. And I think that's actually pretty cool because even though the deck I feel like covers almost every archetype you're going to come by. You know, we all have unique experiences. We all have something, or we all encounter people that like most other people don't. So just for you personally, it's really good, especially as us as exoticals and our experiences are already different from everyone else's. It's good to add your own energy. It's good to just add and make it even more personal. Just add a personal touch to your archetype deck, and it's super validating too because you will definitely, when the situation calls for it, you will definitely pull those cards. And going back to Miss Rebecca Campbell and Diane Noel, we have the Starseed Oracle deck. Shout out to any of my ladies who identify as being a starseed, feeling like you don't belong here, feeling a connection to the sky, looking up in the sky and feeling a longing for home, or feeling like your true home isn't on this earth, feeling like you were born with an innate knowledge. It's very similar to the Work Your Light oracle, but this one particularly centers around star seeds and finding your star family and star activation. And some of these cards, the action cards anyway, they do have a star activation kind of affirmation, if you will. You hold the card to your heart, and then you say the affirmation and mean it with your heart and send it to the cosmos, the universe, whatever force or being it is that you believe in. I like this one, A Breath of the Cosmos. Just take that artwork in for a sec. My will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. Because regardless of what everybody believes in, the same universe, the same force, and the same being that makes up and moves our universe and our stars and our cosmos are within us already. It's just that some people have a larger attachment a bigger or more intense attachment to it. These are good to pull as a clarifier, or I feel like the best time to pull these during a reading is either in the beginning to kind of set the tone to see what spirit is going to tell you, see what spirit has in store for you, or as a clarifier card, which honestly I feel that way for all oracles because it's kind of like it either sets the tone or it's like the icing on the cake, you know? And even though this isn't an oracle, I have a deck of chakra cards. And speaking of chakra, guided meditations are something that I've been thinking about and right along with nail art. And I feel like that's something that I'm going to do at some point on my YouTube journey. So just hold tight. Well, one thing I like about this deck is that it's very thorough, it's very complete. It has a card for chakras and aromatherapy, stones for chakras, yoga positions for chakras, and then it goes on like to the each to explain each one from the root to the sacral, solar plexus, so on and so on. It gives you the First of all, it gives you the significance of each different chakra, what it means, like what it holds, what energy to harness, what energy each one holds, and also what to do when you feel like it's blocked off, what to do to keep it going, balancing your chakra, affirmations for this chakra, for each corresponding chakra. Like this root chakra card says, the earth supports me and my need in my ooh, I'm sorry. The earth supports me and meets my needs. And you know, the root chakra is your grounding chakra. It's the closest one to the ground. So it determines how grounded you are, how what your sense of self is. And balancing your chakras is very important. Like if you want your magic to work, if you want your light to show up, if you want your abundance, you really need to have a balance of your chakras. Like of course there's going to be times where one is more closed off than the other, but it's really 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 nice to have them all in alignment as much as you can. And I like how this deck shows you, like pretty much holds your hand and shows you how to do it. So that's something that I would like to do at some point, have chakra readings, chakra healing sessions, and also guided meditations for opening chakras. So just stay tuned for that. And last but not least, last but certainly not least, I have my channel message deck for Exoticals. This is a deck that I created that is specifically for Exoticals, specifically for the things that we go through. It contains advice for Exoticals. It contains affirmations for Exoticals. It contains identifying traits for Exoticals as well. Like the first one out that I have on top says, my beauty is an asset and I act and treat it as such. I know it's showing up backwards and I'm sorry for that. I will figure out how to handle that. But yeah, that is one of the affirmations. Also trying to humble you came out. Us as Exoticals, we understand what that is like. We have this whole community because all people do is try to humble us. So, and also this one got my attention too. It's okay to be different because exoticals, we are different. Like that's our whole thing. Whether we're black exoticals, whether we are mixed exoticals, whether we are racially ambiguous exoticals, the one thing that we have in common is that we differ from those around us, those in our group who are in our racial, social, economical group who differ from us. We deviate from the norm. Also got some, clarifiers, hair types, eye colors, just so whenever I'm reading to my exoticals and you see your phenotype come out, just know that spirit got you. Okay, thank you so much, ladies, for enduring another silly video with me. I did feel the need to go on and show my tools before I really start reading, just to show you guys a little bit of the tools that I'm working with, just so you can see what I'm using to read, so you can know what to expect, that kind of thing. I just don't want, I know like a lot of people think like tarot is like, oh, tarot's not real. And to be honest, there are a lot of people who are flim flam, and there are a lot of readers on here who really don't either know what they're doing, they're copying off of what other people say, or they're just like straight out lying, like straight up false prophets. Like they are out here, they are really out here. So I just wanted to come on and show you ladies what I wanted to read with, so what I was working with, so that y'all can know a little bit of what to expect with our readings, what kind of messages will come out and all that. But thank you again for enduring this little silly video with me. I hope y'all enjoyed. I know it was a lot of rambling, but it's okay. I'm still getting used to the whole YouTube thing, but it's all right. We all got to start somewhere. Thank you so much, and I look forward to hanging out with y'all in the next post. Peace, ladies.